So Drone Racing Academy, my channel, the goal is really to bring new people into the hobby, right? So I don't know how many new people are watching right now, but to any new people that are getting into FPV and getting into racing, what kind of advice do you have for them? I know you've given us a lot of great advice thus far. You know, do what you're passionate about. You know, focus on practicing, but don't focus too much. Have other hobbies as well and things like that, right? So what do you have specifically for newer people into the hobby out there?
Yeah, so if there's any newer people watching this and they skip to whatever time mark we're at right now,
hey, new people,
if you're 101 minutes into this live stream and you're watching this and you're new, you want to get good at drone racing, the best advice I can give is just to not go to a race and want to be the best guy there or worry about the guys who are better than you. You always want to just, and again, this applies to pretty much anything. If you want to get good at anything ever, you're never going to step out. I mean, it's like, think about building your first FPV drone. Were you the best solderer the second you picked up your soldering iron and tried to solder your first motor wire on? No. And you're not going to be the best drone racer when you step out there, put on your goggles for the first time, and try and get through the first gate. Okay? And as long as on day one you make it through one gate, and day two you make it through the next one, then that's just, you should be ecstatic about that. That there's no reason for you to get down on yourself that you're not the best or you're not better than X person. And I think that's huge. And it's just the people, anyone is capable of being good at drone racing or being good at tennis or tying their shoes. It's just, if you just go out and you're not going to be the best, you just have to know that you're not going to be the best at it. There's only one person who's the best ever. Anytime, if you're the best at something, that means no one is better than you, and you're better than everyone else, and that is the 0.0001%. So you should never want to be the best. You want to be the best version of yourself, okay? And I think that's huge, and a lot of people kind of miss out on that, in my opinion. So if you go out the first day and you can't even make it through a gate, you go back on the simulator that night and you practice and you just put one, and you find a track on the sim and you just have to make it through one gate, and you practice that, and you practice flying around, you practice, you know, doing a flip or doing whatever you want to achieve. As long as you can go out that next day and just be one step further, then that should be more than enough motivation, and just to know that if you get that, and then you do that again the next day, and you do that again the next day, and the next day, or not even the next day, just the next time you fly. If you might be busy and you might have 1,000 other obligations, but you just enjoy FPV. If you can just go out and be one step better than you were the next day, and you're going to have bad days. Yeah, you might have practiced super, super hard for a race, and you don't win. Then that's okay. That's fine. And that's just part of life. You're not going to be the best. You're not going to be the best version of yourself every single day. You have grumpy days, of course. When you go to school, it's going to be hard to get up some morning because you're tired. It's the same way with drone racing. You're not going to be the best every single time. But as long as you can go and say, for one, you had fun. Having fun is key. If you're going out there because you feel like you need to be racing or you need to be this, that, and the other, you shouldn't be doing it. And go play video games or do whatever you enjoy doing. It'd be silly to go out and just do it because you feel like you have to. So number one, have fun. And number one, who cares what other people are doing? Who cares what quad somebody else has? Who cares how old you are? Who cares if you are 8 years old or if you are 54 years old? I mean, I don't care. At the end of the day, and that's one of the most beautiful things about FPV. Like I said earlier in the stream, it doesn't matter how big you are. It doesn't matter the size of your bank account. It doesn't matter how pretty your wife is. It just matters how fast you get from the takeoff zone to going through that finish gate, okay? And I think that when you put the goggles down, everybody's on a level playing field. And yeah, that is kind of my best advice for someone, because I see so many pilots who improve so fast, and they put all their time and money into being the best they could be at drone racing, and then they kind of like, they go to a few races, have a few rough races, and they say, oh, I don't want to do this. I worked so hard, and this person didn't do anything, and they beat me. I hate this. This sucks. And, well, were you beating your lap times the day before? Or, I mean, were you beating your lap times? Sure, the other people are going to be improving too. Were you more consistent? Did you break less stuff? I mean, as long as you're improving and you're doing the best that you can do, that's fine. That's great. And I think a lot of people kind of lose sight of that. That's my best advice. Of course, I mean, you can go watch 1,000 different videos from Rotor Riot or Joshua Bardwell of, you need to practice on this simulator, and you should practice flying through this gate this way, and this is what the left stick does, and this is what the right stick does. But at the end of the day, that stuff is relatively intuitive, and you can watch a video on how to do that. But I think the mindset behind it is a lot more of what people miss out on, is a lot more of what people overlook in improving in drone racing, is how they lose motivation. And again, I know I keep relating things back to other things other than drone racing, but I mean, just in life again, I mean, you're never going to be the best mathematician after doing 2 + 2 once. You have to do multiple examples and multiple things where it's just consistency, and just knowing that as long as you're better the next day than you were the day before, then you have nothing to be upset about, and you have nothing to fret about, regardless of whether you are the 99th best in the world or the first best. It doesn't matter. Who cares? As long as you feel like you're improving, you're enjoying it, you're seeing your friends at all the races, and having a good time, then by all means, then I think you're doing things right. But that's the best advice I can give to any beginner who might be feeling down or might be feeling like they weren't as good as they were before because they get beat by so-and-so. As long as you're having fun and as long as you're striving to be the best version of yourself, then I think you'll be just fine.
Yeah, that's really great advice for, I think, just starting any hobby or any kind of skill. I'm going to find a way to cut that part of the video and put that in the front on some other video maybe for new people to watch. But that's really
more
good
than welcome
advice.
to.
Yeah. Okay, so I think time flies while we're having fun. It's amazingly an hour and 45 minutes since we started this. That's crazy, right? Thanks so much, guys, for sticking around and kind of joining us for this. It's been an amazing opportunity to talk to you, Evan. Big fan of you in both DRL and Multigp. So it's a dream to get to talk to you this way. So thank you so much for spending so much time talking to me. So guys, check out 533. Check out his latest products. I've tried his motors, really good, and I hopefully try his frame as well. But it's really good stuff, guys. Check it out. This has been Drone Racing Academy. I'm Damon FPV. Check out my channel. Please subscribe as well. I'm trying to get more videos to get people into the hobby. So if you know new people, they can check this video. They can check this series out as well. So, thanks so much. It's been an hour and 48 minutes now, so we'll say goodbye to you guys. Hopefully we'll have you back on the channel in the future. I'm sure people will have more questions for you going forward, so maybe we'll have to do this again a second time.
Yeah, I'm happy to. Yeah, thank you for the invitation, and thank you for all the people who watched. It has been, I've had fun, and it might be 1 a.m., but it was worth it.
Oh my God. So best of luck in DRL. I hope you continue to do really well, and we expect great things from you for next year.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.